Hello, Warrior Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Glenpool Warriors Coaches Show. I'm your host, Doug Winters, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you today our head varsity girls softball coach, Trent Patterson. Welcome, Trent. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Good. First off, just tell Warrior Nation a little bit about yourself and how you came to Glenpool.
This is my fourth year being a head softball coach. I was a head softball coach down at Dixon, which is a real small school down by Ardmore, and then applied for this job and got a chance to move back home closer to family, originally from Broken Arrow. Fiance's from Skytook, so got a chance to move back home closer to family, and we've loved it.
Okay. How did you get involved in girls softball?
Well, my first coaching job of softball was assistant at Piedmont, and I originally applied to be the assistant baseball coach, and wasn't very much money. Got offered to coach softball to make extra money. Never done it before, so I said, we'll give it a shot, and ended up falling in love with the sport. So. Did
you play college baseball?
Played college baseball. Ended up graduating from Bacone College down in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Played a few different schools. Went to junior college at NOC Tonkawa and ended up at Bacone. So.
Well, maybe tell some of our Warrior fans what are some similarities and then some differences with playing baseball and coaching softball, fast pitch.
The sport the basics of the sport, the fielding, the fundamentals, the mechanics of the swing, all that stuff really doesn't change. I feel like softball is a game that kind of predicts itself more. You can kind of give it a reasoning of what's going to happen before it happens, so it comes down to execution and fundamentals. Softball is a lot more fast-paced. As if you ever come out and watch a game, softball games will take an hour and 15 minutes compared to a 3-hour, 7-inning baseball game. So
that's appealing to a lot of fans.
Very.
They have time conflicts. It's hard to set through a 9-inning ball game or even a 7-inning ball game.
Very.
What are some of the differences?
With fast pitch, you can be an average team, but if you have a dominant pitcher, you become very successful. Fast pitch, the sport itself is geared around pitching and defense, to where baseball, pitching and defense helps, but you can win games offensively with baseball. With softball, if you can't pitch and you can't play defense, you're in trouble.
True. I've coached it. It is true. How about coaching females? Is that tougher than coaching guys in baseball?
I wouldn't say it's tougher.
Watch yourself.
You deal with different aspects of coaching. You deal with a little bit more of emotions with coaching the girls compared to coaching the boys. You deal with outside stuff a little bit more, as far as family or personal. Girls kind of wear their emotions on their sleeve, so it's really trying to build the relationship with them, to where letting them know that you're there for them, not just on the field but off the field as well. And once you get that trust, a wise man once told me, girls don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And once they know that you care about them, they'll run through a brick wall. Being
an old head girls coach, they want someone that cares, and then they'll run through a brick wall for you.
Right.
Whereby guys, they may know more than you, and
right.
I think the girls buy in, and once they've bought in, they give you the best.
Absolutely.
Last year, you came off a 30-win season. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Can you describe some of the good things that has happened, not just last year's season, of course, with 30 wins, but coming into this year? I mean, you've probably, 2/3 done with your season?
Yeah, we've got three weeks left, not counting, 3 weeks left, not counting playoffs.
Can you tell our fans a little bit, since this is our first softball show, a little bit about the successes we've had with you at the helm, and then the team this year?
My first year here, we were 29-10. Was ranked in the top 8 every single season, or every single week of the rankings. Ended up being ranked 5th. Got upset in regional finals by Mount St. Mary, which is a private school, Oklahoma City area. And they actually made the state semis. Last year we were 27-11 and was ranked in the top 10 all year long again. Ended up being a 2-seed in regional, and ended up getting a tough draw. We drew Fort Gibson, who the 3 previous years had made the state semis or the state finals. Division I pitcher. I mean, she's just tough to beat. She was just hurt early in the year. They had a few losses, dropped down, and they ended up winning our regional. So the transition is we graduated 6 starters last year, and for people that don't know, we start 9. So we lost 2/3 of our starting lineup, and most of those seniors had started since they were freshmen. So coming into this year, we have 8 seniors this year, and they're able to do it. They've got the ability. They just haven't had the experience. So it's been a little bit of a transitional phase on going from having the seniors that have been there, that have been in the situations, game situations, know what to do in the speed of the game, because practice is a lot slower than the game. So getting those girls in there and making those adjustments, it's been, like I said, a transition period, but we're starting to turn the corner.
Can you discuss or tell us some of the personnel, some of the players, some of the girls that are playing this year?
We have Cortland Head. She's been our starting catcher for 4 years now. She's a freshman. Riley McGeely is our first baseman. She's the big anchor in our lineup, the deep threat, power hitter. Kaylee Hummingbird is our starting shortstop. She is a sophomore. All of them have started since their freshman year. Those are the returners from last year, and then this year we've broken, like I said, we've broken 6 new seniors, or 5 new seniors and a junior. Rachel Stable and Destiny McFarland kind of switching it out at second base with the flex position, which is defensive specialist. Emily Bell plays third. Michaela Marshall is our left fielder, and then Larson Brink is our center fielder, and Maddie Benningfield is our right fielder. And then we have Coach Arp's daughter, Taylor Arp. She is our designated player, which is basically the softball version of a DH, that she'll hit, but she doesn't play the field.
Okay. I know you're 11-10 now.
Correct.
We still have a winning record, but I looked at your schedule. You've really scheduled up.
Yes, sir.
What is your philosophy on regular season scheduling, and do you think it helps prepare you?
My first year here, I took over the schedule, and the schedule was, for our ability, the schedule was a little soft. Now, we scheduled some difficult tournaments and played, I know my first year here we played Owasso, we played Broken Arrow, we played Henrietta, which is a smaller school but was undefeated till the state championship that year in 3A, and saw what we were capable of doing and built the confidence up to where the last couple of years we've scheduled more difficult so it could prepare us for playoffs, because I feel if we play better competition at the end of the year going into playoffs, that sets you up for being successful, because what you're going to see with not only the team ability-wise, but, the crowd, the atmosphere itself, just playing under the lights, playing good teams.
And seeing maybe better pitching?
Absolutely.
And so when you get to that stud in the regional final, you're
Absolutely.
used to seeing that kind of pitching.
Absolutely. And like we said, with softball, the pitcher dominates the game if you've got one that's good. So seeing better pitching and seeing it on a more consistent level only prepares us and makes us better. So,
well, with us being a growing community, what's your feelings on the jump to 5A?
We haven't made the jump to 5A with softball.
Next year?
We make it next year. This is the last year that we have 4A. I'm kind of excited about it. It's seeing teams that we don't normally see, playing teams we don't normally play, so you don't have the name across the chest that kind of builds the intimidation factor or the success, and the girls are a little upset about it because they're not playing the traditional rivals, the Berry Hills, the Cushings, the Clevelands, schools like that. So it'll be a unique experience, but I personally, I'm excited about it.
Our first telecast will be our next telecast, our next telecast will be senior night, I believe. Can you talk about that group of seniors?
This group of seniors has been, I've had them for 3 years now, so they've been with me for most of their high school career, and watching them grow from when they were sophomores, being nervous just to be on the field, not trusting their own ability, not knowing if they could get it done or get the job done, coming into senior night 3 years later, and just the changes they've made, the strides they've made, not only as players but as people, with the confidence level, the growth that they've brought with each other. This team has grown pretty close over the last 3 years, and this year, if you've been around the program, you would know that this group is I mean, they do a lot of stuff together. They coordinate team dinners that I don't know about. You know, they've got T-shirts designed together. They'll sit there and they talk on a group message all the time, and they bring up ideas that, hey, let's try this, or do you think we could do this to be successful? So they're actually students of the game outside of just being athletes. So that's good to see.
You have to have a special kind of feeling with this group because they kind of came up with you when you came to Glenpool.
Right.
So I always that first group that goes through with me, I always have a little tender spot.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit emotional when this group leaves. Just knowing that there's so many of them that I've had for 3 years now. I mean, the first year we only had a couple seniors. Last year's group was tough to lose just for the fact that you know, that their drive was so high, and watching them go from not knowing whether they can be successful to becoming successful, that touched the heartstrings a little bit. But this group's going to be special because there's so many of them. And just like I said, seeing them grow from 15, 16-year-olds to young women, not just with softball but with life as well, will be a little touchy.
Well, we hope that sooner Warrior Nation. Sorry, that's my favorite team. Warrior Nation. When they're watching this, they may look at each other and say, hey, let's go see a softball game. And we hope that happens. But when they come to a game, what styles will they see?
We're aggressive. I mean, and you've coached with me for baseball the last 2 years, and that's just, we're aggressive on the bases. We try to cause chaos. We put the pressure on the defense and try to force the defense to make plays. So we sack bunt a lot. We hit and run a lot. We steal a lot. We go, you know, we try to take the extra base and go first to third on a single, or try to go second to home on a hard hit ball to the outfield. Just trying to put pressure on the defense and make them make the plays, knowing that our ability will shine through eventually.
Getting close to the end of this season, where do you guys see yourself? Where are you ranked in any particular area, or where do you think you may go?
Well, this is the first year that 4A's done districts for softball.
How do you feel about that?
Good. We had, and I'm sure you know the politics that play into the ranking system. That's what happened with softball. Is we went to districts because some of the coaches, their integrity was not shining through when it came to the voting process. So I went to districts. There's eight team districts, and the top 4 make regionals. And right now we are sitting in the top 4 with 4 games left to go. So we play 2 teams that are actually ahead of us. When we play Cushing, we beat Cushing already once in the year. If we beat them again, we'll jump them ahead of them. And then we play Oologah on Monday night, which is ahead of us. That we lost a heartbreaker to them in extra innings, but we beat both of them. We have a chance to move up to second in our district.
And does that mean you get to host?
Well, first place is the only one that hosts in each district.
Okay.
Second, third, and fourth will travel, but that's how you see it. If you finish second in your district, then you're the 2 seed in regional. So the higher you finish, the better draw you get.
Okay.
So.
Is there anything you'd like to say to Warrior Nation?
Come on out next Tuesday night. We play Catoosa at home for senior night. It's a doubleheader. So we'll play Catoosa first game, have senior night, recognize those 8 seniors that'll be special, and then we'll play another one. It'll be fun times.
We encourage everyone to come out and support these young ladies. They've been working since July 15th in the heat. Doing a great job for Coach Patterson, and just come out. They played great when the stands are filled because they want to show out. And so please make it a point. Check the website for the schedule and come out and pick a game and come out and support these young ladies and Coach Patterson. So see you later, Warrior Nation. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, Doug. Thank you.
Thank you.